They ended the interview. Each VP came up to me personally and was like, dude, we've never had anybody interview like you. I'm not going to say you're hired, but you're hired.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I was fired 3 months later.
My name is Austin Tucker, and I'm on a mission to find the best come-up stories in the world. Everyone talks about success, but no one talks about the in-between. The mess, the risk, the doubt. I'm here for the people who made it anyway and are willing to tell their stories honest, unpolished, and real. These are the Breakout Bunch. All right, we are here with Aaron Kramer, one of my good buddies here in the mortgage industry. Aaron, how are you doing today?
Doing good, brother. Just gave some blood.
Love it. You're helping the people, too.
I do what I can. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously now you're in the mortgage industry.
Mm-hmm.
You help manage a team, and
6 years.
6 years
Mm-hmm.
doing your own origination and everything. What was like your first job? Like, where did this all start? How did you get into this like self-employed space?
Man, we're going back. Well, as a kid, my first job was really I worked at a Dairy Queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up? In Florida, right?
Yeah, I was born and raised in North Miami Beach, Florida. Worked at a couple of fast food shops, Burger King, Dairy Queen. When you're like 16, you don't really know what else to do.
Yeah.
You want to make some money. You want to take a girl out. You want to buy something. You're like, I have to work. So, yeah, just odd jobs, weird stuff. Did some manual labor. Was a massage therapist for some time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. All very great aspects of my life. Learned a lot of ups, a lot of downs, mostly downs. But it taught me a lot. And then to become self-employed is a whole different monster. But
Was your family in the self-employed space? Like, how was your upbringing as far as like financials?
yeah, so we were pretty poor most of my upbringing. My dad started making really good money in the self-employed space probably about the time I got out of high school.
Okay.
We did actually get to move to like a really nice neighborhood in South Florida called Pembroke Pines. So I lived there for some time, and it was nice to have like a nice community, a gated community. And
Feeling safe.
Yeah, it was cool. Not to say that my upbringing was like terrible, but
Yeah.
it was, a lot of stuff going on that maybe like young kids shouldn't really be involved with.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it did teach me a lot about who I am, how to be confident in scenarios that you shouldn't be confident in.
Yeah.
It definitely has its values, but would I recommend it to any new parents with young kids? No, wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, but it's usually not like a choice, right?
Yeah, it was, there's some adversity there. I think a lot of people have adversity, but not many are really good at overcoming adversity. They're good with managing adversity,
Right.
But overcoming adversity is a totally different animal, and it takes a lot, especially if it's something that if you're a young kid and you see that your parents aren't doing well, you kind of take it as a responsibility that it's your job to try and make something of yourself to help your family.
Yeah. You have like something to prove almost.
Yeah.
What was your dad doing like in his business?
So my dad, believe it or not, he was wholesaling food. Yeah. We're
Okay.
talking about like canned fruit, vegetables, frozen items. He was wholesaling to large contracts eventually. But up until that point, he had like a small truck. He was doing small deliveries, making cents per item, So the margins were very small until he had the work ethic though.
Right.
The ethic was strong with this one. He did a really good job at giving it time and developing the relationships that helped him become successful eventually. But it wasn't overnight.
No.
In fact, I don't think there's such thing as overnight success.
No, social media definitely loves to portray that, but it just doesn't exist. There's plenty of nights of struggle and
Yeah. I mean,
hard work.
yeah, I would say that with social media, we're getting into a whole different topic. Social media, they're showing you something that they want you to see,
Right.
but they're not showing you the full picture. The full picture is it took them probably, I don't know, years, if not at least a decade, to build up either clientele base or the reputation, so that when they do have that overnight success, it's a accumulation of 10 years worth of work.
It's you like part-time doing it while working a full-time job and
so
working long hours, nights.
Yeah, so overnight success isn't really overnight success. It's, all your work is finally coming to fruition.
Yeah.
That's where it kind of comes down. But social media is completely different. My dad didn't have social media.
No.
He had to do it the long, slow way. Right? So he eventually graduated from that little box truck that he had and little contracts to bigger contracts.
Right.
At one point, one of his contracts was Royal Caribbean.
Really?
So he was supplying food for cruise ships. And so if you can imagine, cruise ships have a lot of people. So their contract is huge. It's massive.
Yeah.
So he did pretty well eventually. But he was at one point in a little warehouse sleeping on a pallet just to make sure that he got his orders filled.
Yeah.
So that he could provide his customers, his clients, his book of business, their order.
Well, these are the things that no one really talks about. You know,
because it's not pretty.
It's not pretty, but it's like the realistic life of being a business owner. There's big downs, but also really big upside.
Yeah, it's mostly downs.
A lot of downs. Would you say that like your ambition to be self-employed came from watching your dad, or is that completely separate? Like you made the decision due to something else?
Man, I can tell you that when I was younger, I didn't have that drive. Mm-hmm. And I would watch him go through the struggle for him to provide for us. And I used to think, like, how does he do that? Like, why is he doing that? Kind of seems like a lot. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was like partying, horsing around with friends. Like, wasn't serious about anything.
Yeah.
And then I went through some trials and tribulations of my own that caused me to look inward and understand more about myself so that I could become a better person. Right when I learned a lot of that lesson, unfortunately, my dad passed away from cancer.
Oh, my God.
And I think the biggest thing right now for me is where I am now is a direct result of him. Even though he's not here, I still feel like I have to prove it to him.
Yeah.
And I wish, and I know that he's looking down on me and seeing the results that he's passed down to me. But for me, it's not good enough. I need to make it known for everyone that what I'm doing now is going to benefit the entire world. And I'm going to make sure that that's known.
So you want to build like a legacy? Is that your goal with money? And
not with money. In fact, I don't really care about the money. Money is not important to me. More so the fact that I can become the kind of person that I know who I can become and leave a lasting impression or a legacy on the world. And money is not something I care about, because money is going to come, money's going to go. And I've had a lot of money, and I've had no money many times.
Yeah.
Many, many times. I've had less than no money many times. I've owed a lot of people. But people will never remember the amount of money you made, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
I love that.
Yeah.
So why'd you move from Miami?
Miami just wasn't serving my purpose at the time that I was in my life. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Miami is a bad place to live.
No, trust me, I know you love Miami.
I do have a soft spot in my heart for Miami. It's an amazing place. Can you be corrupted there? Yeah, but being corrupted means that you have allowed it to.
Right.
So it depends on who you are. If you're the type that's easily swayed, you will be swayed.
Yeah.
But if your willpower is strong, you know who you are, and you're confident in yourself, it doesn't matter where you are. For me, I wasn't there yet. So I had to move to find out.
At what age?
I moved when I was 27.
Okay, so
I'm
you were there
35.
for a while.
I'm born and raised till I was 27. At 27, I was like, you know what? I don't like any of the people around me. Nobody has the vision I have. Nobody has the money that I want. Nobody has the money that I want to make. So I don't even have a mentor group.
Yeah.
My peers they were happy being complacent and content, living in their same town, not moving anywhere, staying close to their family, that's fine. But nobody had that ambition. Nobody had that drive. And for a long time, I thought it was me. I was like, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I have the wrong people. Let me go find new people. I found new people. They did it wrong. They didn't have the vision. And I was like, you know what? I'm starting to think it's not me. I'm starting to think it's where I am.
Yeah.
Or it's who I am in that place, not
Right.
necessarily the people around me. And so I moved to California, and then a year later, my dad passed away from cancer, which I flew back multiple times. I moved to, I packed everything in my car, everything that I wanted to keep at least, shipped my car to LA, took a flight to LA, landed in LA. I was there for about a week, got my car, got my stuff, staying in a hotel, and I was like, I don't think this is for me. So I jumped in my car, drove down the coast, down PCH, ended up in Newport, where I met two friends who I'm still very close with today. So that was 8 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago. And they kind of introduced me around, showed me around a little bit. It was cool. I have my mixed feelings about California people. But at the end of the day, it's just, different upbringing, different lifestyle, which is fine. I understand that. And then my first job here was boiler room. I was doing debt settlement. I don't know if anyone's familiar with debt settlement, but it's a tough industry.
Yeah.
But it's phone sales, and it taught me a lot about people, how to talk to people.
How'd you get into debt settlement? I feel like that's not like something you're looking for. Like it's something you fall into.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, I went around to offices in the best shirt I had, which was like a pink button-down shirt, some jeans, and of course, I'm a little bit on the muscular side, so it made a presence, I guess. And I was walking around offices with my resumes, just old school. Just, hey, you guys hiring?
Door knocking interviews. That's amazing.
I was like, hey, you guys hiring? I would talk to the front desk girl. I was like, oh, well, is the owner here? Is the CEO here? Anybody here in upper management? Can I talk to them? If I'd see somebody come by that I thought looked like upper management, like, hey, are you the CEO? You whatever? Like, completely forget about the front desk girl. Just go straight to, hey, are you the CEO? Are you the upper management? Hey, what's up, Aaron? Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And we'd get to talking, and one of the guys looked at me, and he's like, you just walk in here? I'm like, yeah, here's my resume. He goes, come to my office.
Do you think those still work today?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
People are so scared to go follow up in person, give a resume in person. Everything's just, I'm going to go on Indeed, and they're just with everyone else. It gives no impression.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're still humans.
Yeah.
We're not computers. You're not your phone. You're not your social media page. You're who you are. And the best way to display who you are is in real life.
Yeah.
And I think people are slipping away from that. It's kind of sad, honestly, because you can be whoever you want on the phone. I mean, you talk to clients. Oh, I got an 800 credit score. Oh, really? Then let me pull your credit report.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a 680. It's not the 800
you're not
you were
making your
talking
payments.
about. What happened to that 8? Oh, listen.
Yeah.
This is going to go my way now, right? Same thing. But in person, you can't do that.
No.
In person, you have to be authentic, because if you're fake, everyone's going to know.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way doing door-to-door sales.
Yeah.
You can't hide behind that door. You can't hide behind anything. You have to be ready. You can't be looking at things like you weren't making objections right there and then.
In fact, it's actually easier to be yourself in person than it is to fake it. And the best part about that is if you yourself and somebody likes it, you are authentic. Mm-hmm. You didn't even have to try, and it worked out. And they like you for who you are.
It's like an unintentional sale.
Shit. Whoa. Oh, my God. You're telling me you didn't have to fake anything and they liked you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's positive all the way around.
Yeah. Well, everyone's just so like they're like
Scared?
the keyboard warrior. Like they are too scared to say it in person, so they'd rather just be comforted by the fact like you don't know who I am. I'm behind a screen.
Anonymity. Yeah. You can do that all day. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't. That's why everyone says they can't get a job because they don't have any like power to go and get it.
But also you feed off of like community. So as people, we tend to gravitate towards community, especially in California. Holy crap. So if you have a large group of people saying one thing,
it must be true, right?
You're probably going to tend to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to go with that, even if it's completely false. But that's the greatest thing and the worst thing about California is because it's so trendy, anything can catch fire. And I'm talking like you could be selling actual dog crap. You're like, oh my God, have you tried dog crap?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's the greatest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. And people would buy it.
Yeah.
Because, whoa, 1,000 people said it was good. Let me try the dog crap. Let me try it. Must be good. It's like, no, dude, you're eating feces.
Have you seen, there was a guy who made a fake water company, and he filled a really nice glass bottle with tap water and said it was worth $1,000, and everyone was like, this is the greatest water I've ever tasted in my life.
Yeah.
But it was just tap water. And it goes exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can be sold on anything if there's enough people backing it.
Yeah. Well, at least that's the trendy thing here.
Yeah.
Like East Coast, I don't know what happened. I mean, maybe here and there, but people call it like they see it.
Yeah.
On the East Coast. I don't know if you were.
That was there. Very blunt.
Boston.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably the most blunt place you could be.
Yeah.
If they don't want it, they just tell you, I'm good. Get off my property. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Which I love because I don't want to do the dance with you while you go, I just don't want to tell you no, but like, come back next week. Like, no, just tell me.
Don't waste my time. Right?
I don't want to call you again.
Yeah.
You don't want my call just as bad as I don't want to call you.
Right. But like I said, it can be a tool for good as well.
Yeah.
If you are the type of corporation, the type of company, the type of entrepreneur that produces quality, it's not about quantity, which is why everyone's obsessed with making money.
Yeah.
Oh, I need more money. And then what? You're going to be happy? No, that's not how it works. You want to go far and you want to make money, but you want to make money the right way. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
So that when you do make the money, it's actually worth something. You can buy the flashy. Yeah, you can buy the flashy stuff. You can say, I did this, I did that. But at the end of the day, when you go home and you go to bed, what's going on? What's going through your mind? For me personally, I want to know that whatever I've done, whoever I've talked to, when I go to bed at night, I can think, I just made that person's day.
Yeah.
Or I just helped that person's life. So at the end of the day, like, it's about quality. It's not about, I talked to 1,000 people. I made 1,000 sales. I made $1 million. Well, that's cool, but who did you help? And I think that's where we're losing it as a community, whether it's in entrepreneurship, owning businesses, or even just being a human, really. It's about quality.
Yeah.
Who are you and how can you help others? Because I don't know what everyone's purpose is, but I can guarantee you this: is to make other people's lives better, not worse.
Yeah. And no one's purpose is making money. That's not a purpose.
Yeah. Or, if it is, then I would say that they still got some work to do.
Yeah.
But, that's all that's human life. That's what we do. That's how we live. I think the most important thing is to kind of release the facade of like the social media grip on America and especially the youth. I don't know how most people raise their family, but the kids, the newer generation, they seem a lot more delicate, a lot more fragile.
Yeah.
But they have, I don't know, they're more rude. I don't know.
They're like guarded. And like it comes off as rudeness because they don't want to get hurt. So like they are the ones doing the hurting.
I think it's a matter of just upbringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have the right upbringing, it's not hard to be a good person.
No.
You know, it's all about choices. You know, what choice are you going to make? Because you have full control over that. You have the right. It's your God-given right to make a choice to either do right or do wrong. And anyone says, oh, I didn't know. Well, you can claim ignorance, but you can only claim it once. Every time after that, you're accountable. So you have to make the decisions for your life, who you want to be, where do you want to go, how many people do you want to affect? Because you will ultimately affect everybody around you. So what mark do you want to leave on the world? Do you want to be known as a guy that helped everybody, that did right? Or do you want to fade into nothingness, nobody remembers you? Or do you want to be known as the guy that hurt many?
Yeah.
You know, take some pride in who you are and where you want to go and who you want to be. Yeah.
That was deep.
It's the truth.
So back to your story here. So you went into the debt settlement. How'd you do there?
So once I got my interview with one of the owners, they liked my charisma, how I came in with presence, and they're like, "Oh, where'd you come from?" I said, "I came from Miami." They're like, "Oh, I love Miami. Wow, you live there?" "Yeah, I live there." "Okay, cool. What are you doing out here?" The same thing that we're going through. They ended up, taking a liking to me. They liked my energy. They're like, "You know anything about phone sales?" I said, "No, never done it in my life." Like, "You think you'd be any good at it?" I'm like, "Well,
Let's find out.
yeah, I'm here to find out what I can do or what I can't do." So he gave me, his name is Eric Heller, Greenlink Financial. That's the name of the company. He said, I'll do this for you because you have no experience, right? I'm going to give you 30 days. You can close 5 deals in 30 days. I'll hire you for real. I said, okay, let's do it. It was a struggle. I don't know if you know debt settlement clients, but they're the type of people that they can't get a mortgage.
Well, and debt settlement, it's like you're basically telling them to stop making your payments so we can negotiate with the client or the creditor
for a lower amount
to pay, like 60 cents on the dollar or whatever.
50 cents on the dollar is average. Some do a little bit more, but essentially it lowers their monthly payments, right? So instead of them making their minimums, which comes out to, I don't know, let's call it $500 a month, getting into the program would chop them down to like $250, but all their creditors default on them. They close all their accounts. They can most likely never get those accounts again with that creditor.
Yeah.
Amex, you'll never get it back. No. Other cards, you might be able to get another line after so many years or whatever. But essentially, we would sell them like, hey, you're paying $500 now. We're going to change you to $250. Now you have $250 surplus every month where you didn't have that before. Is that going to change your life? Yes or no? Yes, no, okay. Well, this is how. And eventually we'd get them signed through a whole contract. It's like 18 pages that you have to read every line because it's federally regulated. And when you read it, it's like, oh, do you know that your creditors are going to default on you? You could be sued. It's all the worst stuff you could possibly hear about not paying a creditor back. And you have to read that to them, and then they have to sign it. They have to sign it at the end.
That's a hard sale.
That's a hard sale.
You're telling me your credit's going to tank.
Yep.
Basically, the only positive is you owed $30,000, and when you're only going to owe $15,000.
Correct. And you're going to get some cash. You'll have a little bit more
you'll
cash
have
to play with at the end of the month.
A little more cash flow. But everything else is like everything that everyone tells you don't do. Don't ruin your credit.
Yeah, we're ruining it.
Ruining hard.
I mean,
I've seen it.
It's already ruined, but we're going to make it worse.
Yeah. And for some reason, making credit bad is really easy, but getting bad credit to be good is like almost impossible. It takes ages. It can happen overnight, but it takes like years to get back to like a 700.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have a credit repair specialist. Shout out Charles. He's a good friend of mine. I've been using him for quite a while, and he works magic, literally magic. I've seen 500s become 800s very quickly within 30 days, and no other credit repair company does it that quick. And they do it for a reason. But regardless, he charges one-time fee. Boom, everything's done. No, you don't have to worry about anything ever again.
So debt settlement.
Yeah.
Did you pass?
I had 4 deals go through by the end of the month, and CEO came out and he's like, So you closed 4? I'm like, I know. I didn't hit the 5. He's like, you know what? I didn't think you were going to get 1.
Well, he couldn't just tell you one because then you would get one and then your guard's down. You're like, oh, I made it. I'm good.
Yeah. And so he's like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. We're going to train you up because we've been listening to your calls. We know exactly where the problems are. You know how to fix it. You know how to overcome it. Get you through so that you can start funding 20 deals a month. Right?
What do these deals pay? Are you making like real good money, or you?
No, I think they paid like 10 bips is the first tier, 25 bips is the second tier, and like 50 bips third tier. And then if you hit like $1 million volume or over 25 units, they paid you like 100 bips on your total volume.
So you make some pretty good money.
It's not bad. It's not bad by any means. But until you hit like that million, you know, you're like, oh, I'm making like $3,000, $5,000, $7,000. You're like, whoa, $7,000 is not so bad, right? But then I would say like probably by the end of the first year of me working there, I was making like anywhere from like 10 to 15 grand consistently every month, and I was like, wow, I've never made this much money before. What can I do? I found out real quick, you can't do anything.
It's just enough to feel like you made it.
I was like, yeah, let's go out. They're like, all right, well, table here is $5,000. At the end of the night, it's gonna be like $7,000. And then you want to go do something else? Did you pay your rent? Yeah, I paid my rent. It's $2,500. Okay, cool. You got $1,500 left. Did you go anywhere to eat? Yeah, let's go out to here. Let's go out there. There goes $1,000. Well, now you got $500 after everything's said and done.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna stop partying. Number one, because I feel like that's a big chunk of all the money that I worked so hard for. And I think I learned a lot about the work ethic or the grind that it takes in that industry. And I would say after 2 years, I was like, I think I'm done. Yeah. I don't feel good about the type of sale. I don't feel good about what I'm doing to people, regardless of if their credit's already bad. I don't want to make it worse.
Yeah.
And we didn't have, shout out Charles, we didn't have Charles at that time. So I couldn't help them with that part either. And even if I could, they wouldn't have the money to pay for Charles to fix their credit.
Right.
So I would have had to pay for that too, which I do sometimes now anyway. But I learned a lot about sales, especially phone sales. Phone sales is a different animal. We're selling in person is easy. In fact, if I have a client in person, it's over. I know that you're going to be my client forever because I know who I am and I know what I provide. And I know that when I meet my client, I make it very clear that I don't care about the deal that we're talking about. I mean, I care about it to help you. Will I get paid? Yes, something, sure. But I don't really care about the deal. I really care about you as a person, because I'm not a one-time transaction kind of guy. No, you're with me, you're family now, and we're going to be here forever. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's going to be this face that you see forever. So I let them know, hey, I'm going to be your guy. I want you to know that when you pick up the phone, you call me, you don't have to worry about anything. You know you're going to get the lowest rate. You know you're going to get the lowest cost. You know you're going to get the best product. You know I'm not going to BS you. I'm going to tell you straightforward, this is the situation. This is what we can do, and here's your options. Pick from one of those options. I don't care what it is, but this is going to be the best one. I suggest you go with this one, but at the end of the day, it's your choice. But I would take it from me, someone with 6 years of experience, and not just in mortgage, but many other aspects, many other industries, that when I'm choosing for you, you should choose that one.
Yeah. I go with that same mindset. If I wouldn't do it for myself, I wouldn't do it for you. Unless, like, you really want it. Yeah. But, like, as someone who knows what you are signing up for, this makes no sense. Yeah. This is the one you want. And people, they trust you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually not that hard if you have the right intentions. Yeah. If you make it known that you're here for them, their ultimate good, you can do no wrong. And as long as you're true to that, you can do no wrong. Yeah. Your client's going to be like, oh, this guy actually cares. He actually gives an F. You know what? I like him. I'm going to go with him. Now, don't get me wrong. There's clients that turn on you for a dime. Yeah. Like, oh, actually, someone else got it for $1 cheaper than you. I'm going to go with them.
Well, just because you're truthful and honest doesn't mean they like you.
You know what? Good.
Yeah.
That means you're not the client for me. And that's okay. Now, I've turned clients down. Yeah, I've turned clients down just because we weren't aligning. And I know that we could fight all the way to the end, but I wouldn't feel good about it.
No.
You know?
Sometimes it's just not the right fit. And it just is what it is. Same thing with dating. You can't force someone to like you.
Yeah, and in this industry or in life, you're going to find people that just don't like you. And you know what? That's okay.
That's fine. Because there's people you don't like too.
I love everybody.
I love to hear it. You are a very friendly, loving guy, though.
I want the best for everyone. Don't get me wrong. People have wronged me, and I've felt a certain way about them for some time. I let it go.
Yeah. I don't wish any ill will on anyone either. It's energy wasted.
Dude, I've dealt with all kinds of conditions, family members passing away. I can tell you that at the end of the day, none of this matters, dude. No. It really doesn't matter. But if people can come to that conclusion faster, or if I can help them come to that conclusion faster, I will. Because at the end of the day, it all goes back to, do you know who you are?
Yeah.
Are you confident with who you are? Because if that's the case, you're going to help everybody as much as you can, at least. If they don't want your help, that's okay too. You just have to let it go.
Yeah. So when you left Debt Settlement, did you go straight into mortgage?
Yeah, actually a good friend of mine, my little brother. He's not blood, but he's a really good friend of mine. His name's Abdul. He's like, hey, my cousin works at Loan Depot. You should go apply. Ooh. I think you'd be really good at it. And I'd be like, I don't know if that's for me, but I'll try it. So I went and applied to Loan Depot, and they wanted to do a panel interview with all the interviewees. So number one, you go do the panel interview, which is kind of nerve-wracking. There's like 10 of us at this big, long conference table.
Yeah.
VPs on either side grilling, they go one by one. They ask you all these questions. And it was just funny because I guess it's kind of like Slumdog Millionaire when you know, like, from your life experiences, you just know all the answers. Mm. They're going around asking these people questions about sales and energy and clients and objections. And I'm just like, oh my God, these people are horrible. None of these people are getting the job. There's no way. They can't. There's no way. I was the very last one. And so everyone was in a chair at the table. And they get to me and they're like, so, Aaron, tell us about you. And so the first thing I did, because I want to differentiate myself from everybody else, first thing I did was I stood up. I was like, hey, nice to meet you. Let me shake your hand. Aaron, nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. And one of the VPs was like, wait, why did you stand up? Everybody else is sitting down. I'm like, well, I just feel like it's easier for me to talk to you guys while I'm standing up. And I also want to point out that nobody else did, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the one. They're like, I like that. I'm like, okay. And they started asking me the questions about mortgage loans. And they're like, what do you know about mortgage? And I'm like, I don't know much, really. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. Like, I don't know a lot. I was told that I could make a lot of money here, so that's why I'm here. and so they went through all the questions. One of the questions really stood out to me. They're like, oh, how much money do you expect to make here? And they asked this question to everybody around the table, and they all gave like exact dollar amounts or ranges. They're like, so everybody wants to make a specific amount of money, but this is a sales job. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. I heard some people say, I want to make $1 million. And I'm like, that's wrong. That's not a good answer. I heard someone say like, oh, I want to make anywhere from 100 to 200. I heard somebody say, I want to make at least 50 grand a year. And I'm like, are you from California? That's not enough.
No.
They finally got to me and they're like, well, okay, how much money do you want to make here? And I'm like, I'm here to make as much money as I humanly can. Whatever amount of energy I need to expend to make the most amount of money, I will do it. And I don't understand why nobody answered with this exact statement. I'm like, you're at a sales job. What?
Yeah.
They're not looking for you to make 50 grand or 100 grand. They're here to maximize their potential by hiring you. So any other answer besides unlimited or infinite is useless.
Sky's the limit.
So they were like, oh, okay. They ended the interview. Each VP came up to me personally and was like, dude, we've never had anybody interview like you. I'm not going to say you're hired, but you're hired.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, yeah, that seemed pretty easy to me, honestly. Or maybe it was just a stark contrast, because you got people that I guess don't care or don't know themselves or don't know how much money they can make. Or don't even think they can make that much money.
Yeah.
Right? And they get someone like me who's like stark contrast, black and white. Like, they're like, oh, this guy is just like bright, shining star. We want this guy. I was fired 3 months later.
What, you couldn't figure it out?
No. We did the licensing, we did the hours, we did the training. Training was great. I did a bunch of cold calls. My second month was when I really started. The first month was all just training. You weren't making any money. You're making like $16 an hour.
Yeah.
Get there at the crack of dawn, leave at the end of the day, every day. You have to work one day on the weekend. Second month, they're like, we're going to put you on the phone. So I'm like, whoa, let's do it. They're going through all their cold calling leads, their trash leads that nobody's ever able to convert, right? They have their own portfolio of just like Shark Tank, right?
Yeah.
Didn't work out for whatever reason or missed contact. You had to go through all those leads and turn their trash into diamonds. Great business model. Amazing business model. You got new people come in. They're cutting their teeth on crap deals. You just put them on an auto dialer for 9-10 hours, and they just close whatever they could. Free leads because the company's just sitting on them. They purchased them at one point, and now they're getting returns on it. And I don't know if you know about Loan Depot's margin. It's pretty big for each file. They make a lot of money. Great business model. I had some conversions. So by month 3, finally, these deals were going through, right? They were about to fund. COVID hit, let everybody go.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
It's funny though, because in that moment you're like, I'm so screwed, but you didn't know that 3 months later it was going to be the best time you could ever be in this industry.
Yeah. Well, it's the best time to be in the industry, but it was an even better time to work as a broker.
Yeah.
Rather than a retail loan officer. So it was a blessing in disguise because I was going to make like 15 grand, which I was like, oh my God, yes. These fundings, it's going to carry me through. Like the last 2 months was horrible. I got paid $16 an hour, just nothing. It was like $3 grand. And I was like, oh my God, finally some relief. Nope. They kept all the money.
Yep.
They kept all the money, and I was basically about to be on the street. I was like,
yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is that moment in your head? Like, what was happening?
I was like, the world is collapsing on me. I'm like, I'm gonna have to sell my Beamer, like and then I won't be able to drive anywhere. I'll just be able to live for a little bit.
Like, are you like living on a friend's couch? Like,
oh no, I had my own place.
Okay.
My own place.
Yeah, because you were doing good at the debt settlement, so you had enough to like
get
on your feet.
So I was like, oh shit, what do I do? I really don't know what to do. I'm gonna find any job, whatever job I could. And then somebody named Joe Shalaby hit me up on, I think it was Indeed or something. Funny that we're going back to Indeed. He had like AI set up on like an Agent Legend drip campaign or something.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. But it would like auto response stuff to me, and I was like, whoa, this guy wants to hire me at his brokerage. Okay, cool. And so I was like, maybe I'll take him up on his offer. So I called him, and he didn't pick up. I called him again, didn't pick up. I called him again, he didn't pick up. I called him, no joke, 10 times. I was like, listen, you're reaching out to me. You're going to pick up this phone.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're in a meeting. I don't care if you're taking a dump. Like, you're talking to me. today. So I need something now. I need something yesterday, actually. And so he finally picked up the phone. He's like, hey, sorry, I didn't know that you were calling. This was a AI robot talking to you. I'm like, okay, I don't care. Are you gonna hire me? Are you gonna hire me? I need to know right now. He's like, oh, well, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Loan Depot, bro. He's like, oh, it's like Loan Depot? Yeah, that's fine. I'm like, cool, because I need money fast. How long is it gonna take for me to get some fundings? Joe's like, oh, it can be like 30 days. I'm like, that's not fast enough, bro. I need faster. He's like, well, do you have any loans in process? And I'm like, well, yeah, but Loan Depot, they're not paying me. They fired me because of COVID, and they're not going to pay me on the loans because they're not necessarily funded yet.
Yeah.
You know, the client's signed with the notary, but there's a couple days window. And he's like, well, are they your clients or are they Loan Depot's clients? And I'm like, no, everyone's my client. I can call them, you can ask them. And so he's like, well, if you want to bring your clients over here, we can help you out. I'm like, okay. I called every single, and keep in mind, we called 300 to 500 people every day.
Yeah.
And some of them I texted. And so I hit up those guys and I was like, hey, whatever we talked about before, trash it. I got something better. I went through everybody. I funded like 3 or 4 deals. But your 3 or 4 deals on the broker side versus the retail side, vast difference, right?
Yeah.
I walked in mortgage with like 20 grand, which I was like, you saved my life. That was knight in shining armor, right? I met Cook and everybody, and I remember when I first came in to EMC to get set up with e-mortgage, I came into Cook's office, and everybody knows Cook. I was in Cook's office multiple times as a new loan officer, a new retail loan officer coming to the broker side.
That's a tough.
You don't know anything.
No,
you know
don't.
Nothing. And so I was like, all right, cool. I got clients in process here in Cook's office, and I'm just like, hey, what's this? What's that? What's this? And he's like, dude, you're gonna have to get out. I'm like, well, wait, okay, if I get out, who do I talk to? He's like, it doesn't matter, anybody but me.
I don't know. This is your problem.
Yeah. That was great, but I'll never forget that first interaction with Cook, because I would literally sit in his office with my laptop, be like, all right, but okay, just show me on the laptop, like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
How do you do that? He was fucking pissed. But it was a great time, and it was a learning time for me. So it was definitely a fun experience. Now that I look back at it, it's kind of cute, but I didn't know where to get the information from. I didn't know who to talk to. I was like, hey, you're in front of me. You, come here.
You look like you know something.
Keep in mind, I was very professional, cordial. I didn't want to like upset anybody, but have questions. And then it took some time for me to get rolling, but I had some very successful months. I learned about loan programs that I didn't know existed. I learned a lot about credit, learned even more about clients, different kind of client.
Very different.
Debt settlement, you're dealing with specific people. Sometimes you get affluent, rich people, and, it's a different sell. But when I got to mortgage, I started encountering more clients that weren't good clients.
Yeah.
So you build that reputation, you build that rapport with them. You let them know, like, hey, I'm gonna be your guy from now on. Just call me for whatever you need, and I'll take care of you. And slowly but surely, I built up quite a bit of following, book of business. I have people that I've made a lot of money, millions. I've worked for different brokerages. I've worked for retail. I've worked for just many different people, different types of people. And I started to understand, like, it doesn't matter where you go. All that matters is who you are. Because at the end of the day, you're going to encounter people that like you, that don't like you, that want the best for you, that want to help you make money, that don't want you to make money. But if you keep your consistency, doesn't matter who you are or where you are, you will always make it. And so I've ended up coming back to eMortgage for the third time, you know, or maybe it was the fourth time, third or fourth time. It's too many to count now, but Sam and Joe and Carlos and everybody welcomed me back with open arms, which I'm very grateful for. I owe a lot to these guys for helping me out. So they're like family to me, wish nothing but the best. So I'm happy to be part of this family and welcomed in. So
how was the obvious, you know, you had the debt settlement, kind of had a little bit of a crash. You got up, got kicked back down, got up. You're doing good in mortgage. Rates go through the roof. There's no business to be done.
Yeah, that was a funny time.
It was a kick in the nuts.
It was a kick in the nuts. A lot of people shied away from.
Well, like you're like kind of new at this time. Like that's a rough time to be like, I finally found my footing.
Oh yeah.
And it's gone again for the fourth, fifth, sixth time.
Yeah.
Like, are you like, what are you thinking at that moment?
I have just part of who I am. It's part of my character. I can say that, you know, going through things in my life, I've built up a very thick skin. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm a harsh person, although I can be. It's all coming from a place where I know that I can push people to do better, including myself. So because of who I am in times like that, bad times, right? There's always an opportunity that people aren't looking at.
Yeah.
In that specific time frame, everyone was worried about the rates. But what you're selling is not rate. You're selling you. That's the real sale, is forget about the deal. You're getting me. I'm the one that has all the experience. I've got the years. I've got the backing. I've got the reputation. You're going to get through this. I'm going to help you get through it. You can call me, text me anytime. I'm available to you. You do the right things for your clients. The rate can be 20%. The rate can be 50%. I have business loans that are well above 15%. Nobody's stopping me from selling them. The clients aren't like, oh, it's too high of a rate. You want a business line of credit? It's not collateralized by anything. Just your business credit, your actual business credit. Yeah, those are like 20% rates, 15 to 20% rates. It's basically a credit card for your business.
Yeah.
But you can have $100, $200, $500 million line of credit through your business. Nobody's like, oh, 20%, no. They're just like, yeah, do it.
I need money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not selling rate. You don't know what you're providing. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're providing to your clients, which is why you only have to focus on rate. I've had clients call me like, hey, this guy's offering me a lower rate than you. I'm like, is he? Take it. Like, nah, I'd rather go with you. I know you. That's all it takes. Because I did the right thing up front.
So you made it through that time just fine?
No, I got hurt just like everybody else. But I knew that it was a slow ride, right?
Yeah.
I still worked the same. My ethic was the same. I still made great money. I still made good money. But was I making the money I was before? No. But to go from, you know, tens of thousands of dollars to just about 10 to 15 grand a month, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. There wasn't any months where I had zero during that time frame. You know, I was getting through it just like everybody else, but I still had my fun. But you just have to look at the bright side of things. I think if you know who you are and you know what you're providing, you can never have a bad season.
Yeah. So, what's your goal moving forward? Where you want to be?
My goal moving forward. So the mortgage thing I have pretty much locked down. I have my own personal book of business. It's not just residential and commercial mortgage. Well, we also do land, construction, all that, but we also have business financing, term loans, lines of credit, SBA, whatever you need. Equipment financing. Did I say that?
No.
Okay. So business lines, business financing, we have that aspect. We have the credit repair aspect. That's, you got clients that want to qualify for a better loan or a better rate. Okay, get your credit fixed first. You have mortgage lates. You've got collections, derogatories, charge-offs, bankruptcies. You need to fix that first before we do anything. So we actually provide that service as well, and personal loans. Now, let's say there's no more equity in your home, but you have great credit. Well, you can get a personal loan. We can help you with that too.
Well, for you personally, what's your goal?
Personally, my goal...
Where do you want to be?
Right now, my goal is to expand all my businesses. So mortgage is just one aspect. We're developing a trading brokerage, trading stocks, futures specifically. And we're developing kind of like a tight-knit network of people that want to learn about trading, but don't know anything about trading.
Yeah.
Low barrier to entry. It's about $5,000 to fund the account. It gets traded for you. You get charged an account management fee every month, once a month, $2,000, to have somebody trade for you who's licensed and everything's established the correct way. So now you have the chance, and it's small trades so that there's not much risk. You're not going to lose money. You're not going to make billions of dollars. By all means, that's not going to happen. But you will have very, very good months and the opportunity to learn how to trade. That's going to be done for you. And a lot of people like that idea because most people are lazy.
Yeah.
But, having that aspect is good too. So I'm trying to build that business. And then another business is the peptides. There's a lot of FDA regulation and red tape right now, but essentially the peptide industry is becoming really, really crazy. It's catching fire faster than we expected, and we have the only manufacturing lab here in California, and that's FDA compliant, CGMP facility. They have a commercial drug manufacturing license. They have real scientists and chemists with a real lab that makes things the right way. So I'm proud to be a part of that as well. So part of where I'm going with my life is trying to help people in all these industries,
right,
and all these corporations that I've built, and I'm trying to build that reputation so that at the end of the day, when anybody has an issue, they know who to come to. They know that they can call Aaron if it's health, wealth, finance, or anything. I probably have the answer.
I love that.
Yeah. And so that's the brand that I'm trying to build. That's the kind of awareness I'm trying to bring out to everybody is if you do the right thing, if you know who you are, and you build your corporations, your companies, your brand with that as the foundation of helping everybody around you, you can't fail. And so that's another part of my life's mission is to bring the best out of others. So I'm trying to do that, not through my corporations, although that is one way, but also just normal human interactions. People look at me and they say, oh, he's able to do this, or he's so confident about that. I used to not be confident, but I developed a part of myself that I was true to that caused me to become confident. And now I want to bring that out of you. And so I think don't get me wrong, I'm still working on my life's purpose and what my real mission is, but I think I'm getting close.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for when we redo this in like a year to see how all sectors of your businesses are going.
Yeah, man. I'm happy. Yeah.
So, last point, the youth.
Yeah.
If someone wants to be like you or accomplish the things that you've done, what is one piece of advice?
Go through hell.
Honestly, a great piece of advice.
It's you don't know who you are until you are truly tested in every aspect. And survival is in our DNA. So on the other side is who you truly are. The only way to get there is to go through it.
I actually really like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, how can we support your businesses?
Just call me, talk to me. If you have any people that I can help, anyone with chronic conditions, anyone that needs any just kind of like they need some light in their life, happy to provide that for them in any way that I can. You can reach me on social media. You can reach me by phone, email. They can come to you. They can come to anybody that we know. Just tell them to say my name. I'm happy to help in any way that I can.
What's your social media?
Still using the old AK physique. That's my, I used to do a little bit of like bodybuilding. It was a hobby, didn't really go anywhere. I wasn't that good. And then I thought it was kind of a weird industry to be in. Just to like, like work out and then like oil yourself up to get on stage in front of a bunch of dudes who don't care about you. In a Speedo or shorts. I didn't do that part. I did the shorts. I look back at it, I'm like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Pass. So that was a short run, but I'm still using the same Instagram handle. Anyone can find me at AK Physique. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard the man. Well, Aaron, I appreciate you spending the time for the day. Always a pleasure.
Man. Yeah.
Till the next time.
Yes, sir.
To everyone who made it to the end, I appreciate you and all the support you've given so far. Stay tuned for weekly episodes. And if you know anyone who might be a good candidate for the show, please drop it in the comments below or shoot me a DM.